I really did want this to work out, but I am returning the Lenovo Legion 5 Pro. First of all, is this a fair comparison? I don't know. For me, absolutely. I come from the M1 MacBook Air and I'm currently trying out the Lenovo Legion 5 Pro. The reason for this is that my work demands me to use Windows through a remote server, which I can do fairly okay with the MacBook using Microsoft Remote Desktop. But the experience leaves a lot to be desired. I also love to game occasionally, and to be honest, Windows is the preferred platform for this. Now, this got me thinking. The vast majority of people doesn't concern themselves with what operating system they are using. They go about their day and everything's fine. And then there's the tech community. Apple fanboys and hardcore Linux users battle against Windows operators in an epic war game of global proportions, laying waste to countless teenagers who just want to buy a new computer and searches online for reviews, impressions and guides on which computer to get. But I think there is more to it though. For discussion purposes, I'd like to divide the population into two categories: people and techies. People are the ones mentioned earlier. They don't care as long as they can get their apps working and the job done. It's fine either way. Then there's the techies. One thing I believe is that the techies has a commonality in the urge to improve, fix, dismantle, control, or even govern their own system. Some operating systems allow this, like Linux and to some extent Windows as well. Mac OS, on the other hand, is what you buy is what you get. You buy into their ecosystem, and if you like it, we'll get along just fine, but if you don't, see ya. This is also the biggest difference between creatives and engineers. Creatives just want to create, and the tool that they do it with is the least of their concern. Engineers, on the other hand, they are far more interested in the actual tech that they are using and believes that the tech will be the deciding factor for a successful project. Now, this brings me back to the issue at hand. I am both a creative and an engineer, and a lot of people globally are. But when it comes to me, I love to create, being it photography, videography, YouTube videos, web design, music production, and so on. But I also love to build my own PCs, problem solving in business environments, DIY kits to name a few. So when it comes to the actual choice in my case for the laptops in front of me, it actually struck me when I was going to write the script for this film. Both laptops were on my desk in front of me when I picked one of them up without realizing it until I was halfway through the scripting, that I instinctively went for the MacBook and not the Lenovo. I started to think about why I picked the MacBook instead of the PC, and here's my thought process. First, I thought that I picked up the MacBook because it's been my daily driver for the last 8 months and it's just muscle memory at this point. But it's not entirely true. I'm also really excited about the Lenovo because it's a new laptop and lightning fast with tons of performance. And the fact is that it's something else than the MacBook. New is always better? After thinking about it and trying really hard to be objective about it, I came to the conclusion that it's a mix of mainly two things: speed and form factor. Yes, the Lenovo is really fast and spec'd really well, but it's still Windows. And when it comes to operating systems, Mac OS just has a leg up on the convenience from the moment that you flip the lid up to you actually start working. Gestures and trackpad are more intuitive and the flow comes naturally. That's not to say that Windows environment doesn't offer similar experiences, but feel less natural, for me. Then there is the form factor. The Lenovo is big in comparison. And I'm not talking about the screen size, that's actually a benefit of a bigger real estate. No, I'm talking about the weight, thickness and form of the computer. needless to say, the MacBook is a far more sleek machine. Yes, the elephant in the room is obviously that it's two different machines, and those caters to different tasks and offers different things. But I want to combine gaming and work with a big chunk of performance. So in summary, the Lenovo is too big and chunky. It offers the performance and it's a great piece of equipment in its own right, but doesn't fit my workflow. For me, the quest continues, and I guess that the next logical step is for me to try out something like the Razer Blade 14 that delivers the same specs and then some in a much smaller form factor, and take it from there. If you like this video, please consider giving me a like and also subscribe for more content like this. Thank you and bye-bye.